Welcome to Candid Conversations with Doc V on the WWW Network, where real talk about real experiences and circumstances is the norm and not the exception, to help you heal, rebuild, and transform your life from the inside out and put you back in business. Hi, I'm Doc V, the Pivot Maestro and your corner woman, here to help provide truth and transparency in conversation to help you navigate the waters and think without a box. What is my why? You are my why. And motivation to create a safe haven for you, to validate you and your experiences as a woman, and to provide hope and freedom in your thinking and being, so that you may live the life and lifestyle you were meant to lead. All are welcome to the conversation, with our topics of conversation running the gamut surrounding women's issues in the workplace, joy, and career transition, always providing revelation, reconciliation, and renaissance, and with one mission in mind, to help you define your path. And one message: you are mission essential. So last week, our pivot was all about self-discipline and walking in freedom. And we had a laugh. Some people might think that's an oxymoron, but it's really not. While you're walking in freedom, there is discipline required so that you can continue to walk in freedom. So today we're going to talk about, our pivot focus is going to be Love the Skin You're In, based on my international best-selling book by the same name and subtitle, How to Conquer Life Through Divergent Thinking. So this is me, 3 different points in my life, standing in a boxing ring, yes, with all the lights shining down on me. So we'll get deeper into just all the meaning behind that. But you can pick up a copy on Amazon if you're interested in reading more and learning more. But again, the subtitle is How to Conquer Life Through Divergent Thinking. So now, ladies, take a shot of something, sit down, hold on to a seat, because I know you're going to feel tension before you feel the release, okay? So we're getting ready to talk about truth, and it may hurt a little bit, because I know as I was walking through it, it hurt a lot for me. But that's because my issues had issues that had issues. Are you like me? Can you relate? So, we as women take ourselves way too seriously. The way we look, the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we dress, the way we sit, etc. So much so it affects our everyday lives, whether it's personal or business. Now, I'm not saying do not respect yourself. I am not saying that at all. Respect yourself, have morals, have values, So, it's not about not caring about taking care of yourself or having these disciplines in place. Quite the contrary. But the point is, we are trying to live up to a standard that was never set by us and only meant to segregate, stifle, and keep us at odds with each other. So I'm jumping ahead of my conversation. In the last episode, I talked about self-discipline as being one of life's most important factors. But ladies, loving the skin you're in, literally and figuratively, is the most important thing, because it drives everything, right? Remember my saying, perspective is everything. It truly is. We as women created our fears based on acceptance and people pleasing according to perceived societal norms and expectations. And it's been proliferated. These societal norms and expectations were never set by us. And those who played some type of role in setting them, who were women, were influenced by men's desires, wants, and expectations. So get that in your head, get that in your mind, first and foremost, before we go down this conversation. Men have always had expectations of how they wanted us to look, how they wanted us to walk, how they wanted us to talk, dress, etc. And women still use this today. We've not managed to break free as a gender from these expectations, right? We have bought into the hype, and the hype is smashing our confidence. And the messaging around it ultimately leads to disappointment and greater challenges in life as women. So, see, businessmen, they climb the ladder of success without a care how they look. They like to spiff up, right? Some of them. But it's not the same care because the system was made by, for, and meant for them. I'm going to keep driving this point home because you have to get this in your spirit to understand that you have to change the game. You cannot play the game because the game was never meant for you. The system was not made for you. It was not made by you and has not been meant for you, right? So, self-love is not the main issue for them. Of course, men deal with self-love as well, but it's not the main issue. It's not affected by the societal drives like it is for women. And, while they certainly have their issues, society does not dictate to the same degree, to the level that it dictates for women. Because remember, women, we were supposed to stay in the homes. We were supposed to get married, bear children, do all of those womanly things. Don't forget this. So the main reason, most men struggle in the workplace has to do with issues or fears of a lack of intelligence, or their intelligence is hurt because of a fear of lack of intelligence. And, when that is in question, that's what really smashes men, and just the whole competition thing. But women, we need to understand that we were pitted against each other from the start because we were expected to live up to standards, and we bought into that. We bought into that mess, and we judge each other on that and put pressures on each other. Oh, girl, you should really have your hair like this, or you should get your nails done like this, or, so on and so forth, right? Or why aren't you married yet? Or why don't you have 2.5 kids, or whatever that saying is? And I've never really understood that, but you get the cliches and the meaning, right? So firstly, learn to accept and love who you are. Accept and love who you are, where you are, when you are right now. You may not be happy with everything, but it's okay because you're still breathing, and change is inevitable and it's available to you. We allow others, including our family, to judge and tell us how we look, how we look, without looking in the mirror at ourselves and loving our own being, right? We allow our family, we allow our friends to tell us how much we're missing the mark or where we're falling short in the mark. Who set that mark? Did you? Or did someone tell you what that mark was and you've been trying to hit it? You've been killing yourself ever since trying to hit it. And perhaps that mark was not meant for you, right? Because everyone's measure of success is not the other person's measure of success. You define it. You define your path based on your purpose, your passions, and what is going to fulfill you, right? So understand that there are no such things as ugly. We are all uniquely and divinely made and beautiful in every shape and form. What has that led to? Just allowing others to feed into you these lies, well-meaning or not, because their perception is clouded, right? It has led to us hating ourselves, not feeling confident, having surgeries, or lips pumped to look like someone else, or booties blown up, right? To look like someone else. And why? Why? Has it really improved your confidence deep down? At the soul? Has it really made a difference? Are you happy? Are you fulfilled? Is that momentary attraction or those fleeting glances, are they really feeding your soul and making you feel better? And I would venture to guess and guarantee the answer is no. Because when we are trying to reinvent ourselves, first of all, I don't like that term. because there is nothing wrong with us. Again, we are wonderfully, beautifully, and fearfully made in our own right. We were not all meant to look alike, to be alike, to walk alike, to talk alike, to whatever alike. We were originals. We are originals. Why be a copy? So with today being MLK Day in the States, Martin Luther King Day, honoring Martin Luther King Jr.'s life and legacy, I pulled a few quotes that I'm going to use throughout the talk that I really want to spend some time on. And I want to help you understand the message of love. While he was talking about love, mainly having to do with the races and the conflicts, segregation, Jim Crow, all of that occurred here in the States. There's really a deeper meaning, because all of that happens when you don't love the skin you're in. All of that happens when you don't love the skin you're in and you cannot appreciate the person next to you, your neighbor, right? So one of the first quotes I want to talk about: our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Ladies, folks, this is why I'm having candid conversations. You matter. You are mission essential to this world. You were put here for a reason and a purpose. And it was to find and fulfill that passion, fill that void in someone else's life that only you can fulfill, that only you can meet. But we as women also must not be silent about the things that matter. And women matter. Women around the world matter. No matter what culture, no matter what age, we matter, and we have a purpose too on this life to walk out, not just to be one thing that is dictated or prescribed by someone else. We also have the right to define our path. The next quote: let no man pull you so low as to hate him. Now, I know a lot of times, some movements have originated because of hate for oppression, suppression of women. Ladies, I beg you not to hate. Understand the deficiencies, understand the fears, understand what drives those who continue to suppress and oppress and discriminate based on gender. Understand where it comes from, ladies. It's not you. They have an issue. Remember, perspective is everything. Experience feeds into that as well. And unfortunately, there are people who are trained to think a certain way, whether it's through their home, through culture, through religion. It's not their fault. They do not love the skin they're in. So embrace that understanding, know and acknowledge that understanding, and do not allow that to affect you negatively, to cause you to hate. The next quote that I love: darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. And then the last one for this segment that I want to talk about: I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Ladies, that is for your neighbor, but more so for yourself, because it speaks to what I've just shared about those others who I'm encouraging you not to hate. It speaks to, if you have the ability to love who you are and accept who you are, that burden that you've been carrying, it will release. It's too great a burden for you, right? Release it. And know that love is the answer. It's the answer to everything. So why can't we just accept this? Why can't we just accept we are naturally beautiful in every aspect? It's a hard question to answer, especially judging by the world we live in, right? But no matter what the world thinks, no matter what anyone says to you, learn to love yourself first. And that is not being selfish. It is your birthright. It is your heavenly gift. So love the skin you're in. Why? My question to you is, why not? Why wouldn't you? If God made us, God for me, source for you, if God made us, then we are beautiful. And if someone doesn't see it, they are not meant to be in your life. Bottom line, point blank, drop the mic. They are not meant to be in your life. Let them go. Show them to the front door and dust off your feet. Don't beat yourself up through rejections or hate. Embrace the pain. Embrace the pain by not acknowledging it in the first place, right? So know that they have issues. Know that they're not meant for you. Embrace that it hurts. But let it go. Don't acknowledge it. Subjugate it to the back burner. You deserve so much better. So commit yourself to seeking and finding better. When you wake up in the morning, I know this is going to be a little uncomfortable for some of you because it was something I had to work on as well. Because again, society tells us, oh, that's, that you shouldn't be doing that, or that it's something, or it's vain to do this, or it's improper to do this. And what is the this? I want you to wake up in the morning, look at yourself in front of the mirror, just as you are, naked, clothed, whatever, but look at yourself and see what God created and admire what God created, right? When he created Adam and Eve, they were in the garden naked. So look at yourself in the mirror and start to love who you are. None of us are where we would like to be, but make sure that your likes, your desires for improvement, for weight loss, whatever the case may be, are your desires and not someone else's, right? So how does all of this affect women in career and business? So let's tie that in. How does loving the skin you're in affect you in career and business? First and foremost, it affects what you will and what you won't take, what you subject yourself to, and what you say no thank you to. When you take on your business as an entrepreneur with self-discipline, you get things done, right? But if you're having those battles of loving the skin you're in, the figurative loving the skin you're in, and you're judging your abilities, your skills, if you have deficiency in skills, work on self-mastery, right? That's how you love the skin you're in with that. Know that you and only you should care how you look, how you feel, should be your monitor and your baseline for the things you want to accomplish, your successes, and how you see yourself. Don't allow yourself to listen to people who will try to influence you to fix your flaws because their only flaw is their opinion of you, right? That's their flaw. Why are they trying to fix you? They're trying to fix you because they cannot or do not have the know-how of how to fix themselves. So they're trying to fix you to make themselves feel better and look better, right? And oftentimes, if you're in the workplace, it'll come under the guise of, oh, I'm just trying to help you advance in your career, or I'm just trying, for the next time you do something, or, all of that, type of languaging, right? That really is all about puffing themselves up, having something to say, or trying to subjugate you further, right? So understand that when they're trying to fix your flaws, it's because their flaws are evident. Their flaws are out there. And their opinion of you or the flaws that they see, let that roll off your back. Right? So your success is not defined by your makeup, it's not defined by your high heels, it's not defined by the color of suit you wear into, whether you wear a suit into work, or your body parts, or any of those things that are messaged to us in society or the workplace. Your success is defined by you, by the soul in you that's calling you higher, that's leading and guiding you, that's directing you. Listen to that spirit that's driving it, right? Because you are beautiful. inside and out. No questions about that. So let's go to a few more quotes by MLK. One that I loved: faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase, right? So in loving the skin you're in, you may not have a clue how to even start doing that. Get in community. Come join like our Next Steps for Women over on our Facebook group. You can find it on any of my handles, Doc V Next Steps Coach on Facebook, and get connected with us. Get in community with women who are going to uplift you, who are going to love you. If you're a woman in service, whether military service or any type of service to humanity, come and join us with the Grace Under Pressure Women Service Members. You can find us on Facebook as well. Come and join us. We will help you stand up. If you can't see the way for yourself, and even if you can see the way for yourself, still come and get in community. It's the first step, folks. It's the first step. Take the first step. The next quote: we must accept finite disappointment, but never lose finite hope. I love that, because life is full of disappointments. It's full of disappointments because we're trying to live up to a measurement, to a standard, to systems that were not created for or by us. And even in those that were created for and by us, we're still trying to live up to a standard, a success that we've not totally accepted or identified for ourselves, right? So just understand, life is going to be full of disappointments. You're going to lose some battles. You're going to be knocked out. You're going to hit that mat in that boxing ring called life. But never lose infinite hope. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments, or woman, let me back that up. The ultimate measure of a man or woman is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he or she stands at times of challenge and controversy. I tell you, I personally have dealt with challenges and controversies in the workplace, in business as an entrepreneur, in life, in communities, in circles that I've been a part of. But you know what? Always look forward. Always look forward. Keep moving forward. And when it's time, remember, there's a reason, a season, and a lifetime. When that season is up, wish folks well and keep moving. Change does not roll in on the wheels of inevitability, but comes through continuous struggle. Understand that. We talked a few episodes just about the inevitability of life being change. So just accept it. Understand it. Embrace it. And know it's going to come with struggles. It's going to be a struggle to get to that point where you completely love the skin you're in. Whether you want to lose a few pounds or not, it's going to be a struggle. But as long as you have that desire and you activate that captain mentality, remember we've talked about that, change is possible and it is inevitable. So why not be the captain of the change ship, right? Know that you are not a tool. You are a human being, ladies. You are a goddess. Own it. You are the reason why we have a world today. So learn to respect yourself and shine unapologetically and let the world see your beauty. In life, you will come across the right people who will not judge you and who love you just the way you are. Hang on to that knowledge. Hang on to those people when they show up. Recognize those people. And don't let those voices or those people who were not meant for you talk you out of that vision or that reality, that recognition of the right people who come into your life. Embrace these thoughts, this subject, ladies. And I hope that on this episode, through this topic, through the quotes that I shared from the Martin Luther King Jr., have resonated in your soul. I hope the nuggets you will continue just to meditate on, that you will create affirmations from. Remember, I've encouraged you to create signs, put them all around your house, because the messaging you see every day, the messaging you tell yourself, the messages that repeat in your mind are the messages that will help take you to where you were meant to be and become the person you were meant to be, and to live the lifestyle and the life that you were meant to live. So move forward and move toward freedom by loving the skin you're in. And our pivot for next week will be a continuation of my book subtopic, Divergent Thinking. So again, this is my book, Love the Skin You're In, How to Conquer Life Through Divergent Thinking. You are welcome to pick up a copy on Amazon, and I'm happy to have conversations around it with you, and bring some of the topics we will bring some of the topics to Candid Conversations, because it's my autobiographical love letter to you on social conditioning and mindsets and my lessons learned and how I conquered and overcame. And I hope that it can do the same for you. So your call to action is to reflect upon the message today, the conversation and the application in your life. Be sure to check out our Defining Paths community on Facebook. Literally go there and just type in Defining Paths community. If you are on the entrepreneurial path and you want a community and you need support and building up that business, come and join us over at Defining Paths community. And if you're a woman interested in just hope, support, and sisterhood, come join us at Next Steps for Women. You can find us also on Facebook. Links will be posted for your information. Visit our site, definingpaths.online, and you will always be able to connect to any of our social media platforms to reach out to me, schedule an appointment, a discovery call, whatever you'd like. I'm always here for you. And we look forward to you joining us next week. And until then, what is our mantra, ladies? And let's say it out loud. Strong is the new sexy, right? Believe it. Strong is the new sexy. So be strong in mind, body, and soul. Define your path. Define your path forward and love the skin you're in. I am Doc V, the Pivot Maestro, and always, always your corner woman. I am my sister's keeper, and I will see you next week.